Hello everyone and welcome to today's video on network protocols. In this video, we are going to learn about the fundamental rules that allow devices to communicate seamlessly across a network. But instead of just listening to technical definition, we will also going to explain everything using a fun and relatable analogy. So guys, if you want to learn more about networking protocols, watch this video till the end. Now before we move on, just a quick info guys. Simplilearn has got cybersecurity experts master program. You can become cybersecurity expert with the Certified Ethical CompTIA Security Plus and CISSP exams. Here, in this course, you are going to be preparing for CEH, CompTIA and CISSP certifications with the latest curriculum. You are going to gain access to CEH V3 and integrated hands-on lab and Certified Ethical Hacker exam vouchers. So guys, hurry up now and join the course. The course link is mentioned in the description box. Imagine a city so technologically advanced where every building, vehicle, devices communicate seamlessly through a vast interconnected network. And the backbone of that city is the network protocols, which are set of predefined rules ensuring that all the devices, regardless of their make or operating system, can exchange data smoothly and securely. In this tutorial, we will explore the world of networking protocol, categorize them based on their functionality, and also dive deep into how they operate within the OSI model. So moving ahead, first, let us understand what is actually a protocol. So guys, protocol is a set of rules and standards that define how data is transmitted and received between devices in a network. It acts as a common language that enables computers, servers, and other devices to communicate effectively regardless of their differences in hardware or software architecture. For example, let us say, imagine you are making a phone call, to a friend all over here, as you can see in this diagram. And you say hello to initiate the communication. Your friend responds by confirming that they can hear you. You speak in a language both of you can understand. You take turns in listening and speaking. When the conversation is over, you say goodbye and end the call. This is the structured way of communicating following a set of unwritten rules, a real-world example of a protocols. But if I talk about protocols in networking, they define how data is packaged, transmitted, received, and interpreted. They ensure that data is sent in a correct format, the receiving device understands and processes the data correctly, errors are detected and corrected if needed. Security measures are in place to protect data from unauthorized access. Now, let us move ahead and understand about what are different types of networking protocols available. Now we are going to study about types of networking protocols. So network protocols can be broadly divided into three major categories. The first one is communication protocols. Here, these protocols ensure there is a seamless data exchange between devices. If I talk about security, then these protocols ensure that there is a secure communication against cyber threats. And finally, if I talk about management protocols, they monitor and optimize network performance. To understand these better, let us explore each one of them one by one. So if I talk about communication protocol, so this protocol governs data transmission and defines structure, format, and method for exchanging messages between devices. So we have this HTTP protocol or hypertext transfer protocol. So this is a backbone of the internet and it facilitates the web exchange between a server and a browser. So this is one kind of a protocol. Then you have a TCP protocol, which is a transmission control protocol. So it is a connection-oriented protocol where protocol is ensured that the data packets are delivered accurately and they are in order. Then we have the Internet Protocol or IP protocol. These protocols addresses the system of internet, routes a packet across the given network. Then we have the UDP. So this is User Datagram Protocol. So it is a fast and connectionless protocol. And then you also have this file transfer protocol, which enables file sharing between servers using separate connections for controlling and data transfer. And finally, you could also see an ICMP, which is not mentioned in this diagram, so which is basically Internet Control Message Protocol. This protocol acts as a diagnostic tool, helping detect network errors and connectivity issues. So let us take an example and try to understand the communication protocol. Now imagine you are sending a parcel from one city to the another, or you can also consider sending from one country to the another. Now let us understand how these protocols are going to work. So if I talk about TCP IP that we have discussed earlier, you can consider it as a courier service. You choose a reliable courier company that ensures your package is delivered intact and it is in order. So the courier service which is reliable, that is TCP IP protocol working all over here in this scenario. Now if I talk about UDP or user datagram protocol, you can consider this as a public announcer. So instead of a courier, you broadcast a message over the city's public announcement system that everyone hears it. But there's no guarantee also that anyone will respond. Then you could understand FTP protocol as a parcel delivery system. So you use a secure delivery truck to send bulk packages from one place to the another. And if I talk about ICMP, so this is kind of a traffic reporter. This protocol is working like that. So this protocol service monitors traffic and alerts courier if certain routes are blocked. So in this way, these communication protocol are working. These communication protocols also ensure that fast, structured, and reliable delivery of data is happening in the digital network, just like cities' postal and transport system. Now let us move ahead and discuss about the security protocols. So if I talk about the network security protocols, so these security protocols protect sensitive data from unauthorized access, cyber attacks, and data breaches. Now, if I talk about SFTP, which is not mentioned here, so you can consider it as a secure version of FTP, so which basically ensures the secure file transfer. So here it encrypts a file transfer using the public key encryption for authentication. Then you have the HTTPS, which is Hypertext Transfer Protocol. This is a secure version of HTTP which encrypts data between browsers and the servers. Then you have the SSL also, which is a secure socket layer, and it ensures that all the encrypted communication is happening over the internet, preventing any eavesdropping or any data theft. Now, as you can see also here we have the SMTP protocol, which is Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. It's also a communication protocol. So it is ensuring that it sends email over the internet, and also it ensures that emails are properly formatted, routed, and delivered to the recipient's email server. This protocol works in very simple steps. Like first of all, when you send an email, SMTP performs these steps. First is compose the email. Okay, so you type an email in your email client like Gmail or Outlook. Then it connects to a SMTP server when you hit send. So your email client communicates with an SMTP server. Then the routing happens in the email where SMTP server checks the recipient's domain name and contacts their email server. And then the email is being delivered. So the recipient's email server receives a message and stores it for retrieval. So these were one of the scenario. And you could consider the same analogy for SMTP as a postal system also. Now, suppose you write a letter all over here and you put it up in envelope. Okay, you drop it up at the post office, which is basically the SMTP server, where it's checked and it is sorted, and the postal system finds the recipient's address, mail server, and also the recipient can pick up and read the letter. Okay, so there are protocols like IMAP which are used to retrieve the emails. So SMTP only sends emails, not retrieves them. Okay, retrieval is done by IMAP protocol or POP3. So this was one of the example. Now let us discuss about SSH protocol. So SSH means it is a secure shell network protocol, which is basically used to securely access and control remote computers over an encrypted connection. It is widely used for securing remote logging and file transfers. Now, how does SSH works? So it initiates the connection. A user enters a command in the terminal, such as you can say SSH user remote server. Then the authentication happens where the user provides a password or uses an SSH key for authentication. Once it is authenticated, the user gains secure access to the remote server, and then the commands starts executing. The user can run commands transfer files, or manage the system remotely. Imagine like a bank vault. Okay, so you can think SSH of a secure key card entry system for a high security vault. Okay, or in the banking in a banks basically, where you will be needing credentials, password, or key card. Once inside, all the communications are private and encrypted. Okay, you can check records, retrieve documents, or make updates very much securely. And when done, you can log out and exit the vault safely. So you can think of SSH providing a secure way to access and manage remote computers, just like a bank vault system, which prevents the unauthorized entry. Now let us move ahead and discuss about our third and final protocol, which is basically the network management protocols. Network management refers to the process of monitoring, configuring, and maintaining the network devices to ensure a seamless communication is happening and preventing failures. It involves fault detection, performance optimization, and security enforcement. Now, the key network management protocols include like SNMP, which is Simple Network Management Protocol. So this protocol, as you can see all over here, this is basically used to monitor and manage network devices such as routers, switches, or servers. How this protocol works, guys? For example, devices have an SNMP agent that collects data, for example, the CPU usage or bandwidth. And the SNMP manager queries the agent to monitor network's health. If an issue occurs, then SNMP sends alerts called traps. So this is how it works. So for example, you can consider in a large office, SNMP alerts IT admins if a router is overloaded, something like this. Then we have the DHCP protocol, very famous protocol. So it stands for Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol. It automatically assigns IP addresses to devices in a network. So suppose when a new device connects, so it requests an IP address from the DHCP server, and the DHCP server assigns the available IP, preventing conflicts. This could be example in a Wi-Fi enabled office. Okay, so employee don't need to manually configure IPs. Here DHCP assigns them dynamically. Then we have the ICMP protocol, which is Internet Control Message Protocol. This protocol is basically used for error reporting and network diagnostics. Here, ICMP actually sends a control messages like ping requests to test the connectivity. So if a network path is down, then ICMP informs the sender. For example, if a website isn't loading, then a technician runs ping www.com or any given domain to check if the server is reachable or not. Then we have the border gateway protocol. So this is kind of a routing protocol which determines the best path for internet traffic. Internet routers use BGP to exchange routing information mostly, and it finds most efficient route to send the data packets. For example, like in a fiber optic cable under the ocean, if it fails, then BGP reroutes the traffic via another path. Okay, so you can consider this example as how it is being used. Now we'll have a look on POP3. So POP3 means Post Office Protocol version 3. Basically, this protocol is one of the protocol that we have discussed earlier, that it retrieves email from the remote server. So when the user opens their email clients, POP3 downloads the messages to their devices. Emails are deleted from the server after retrieval. So for example, you can consider using an Outlook to download emails from Gmail server. Okay, so there it is used. Now, these protocols are very much important because they ensure network reliability by identifying issues before they cause any failure, optimize the performance by managing the bandwidth and traffic, and automate an IP allocation. And also, it ensures the security. So you could see this is as an example of a network security protocol, how it's working. So suppose this is your office. Now the data packets are being sent. So here you have the IP header, then IP payload. So IPsec is a security protocol. So here the IPsec header is added and a secure payload is added. And the same is, data is being transferred. This packet is to the laptop and it is routed via router IPsec, okay, with IPsec protocol all over here to the branch office. So this is how, you can consider architecture where, the network security communication is happening. Now, this is an example of a network monitoring protocol where there are endpoints, okay, and these you could see you are sending the data about health and performance, and it aggregates data from multiple endpoints. The network monitoring tools are present, which converts raw data into usable metrics, and then the following data is given to the network administrators. Also, it generates alerts and reports. So this is how the network monitoring protocols are working in this alignment. So we've discussed about these protocols, and this was a certain diagrammatic explanation. So I hope so you would have got a brief idea regarding these protocols. Okay. So now let us briefly understand the 7 layers of the OSI model. Now, this is OSI stands for Open System Interconnection Model. So there are 7 layers in this model, okay? And along with there are protocols also mentioned and the components associated with each layer. So let us break down these layers. So first of all, we have the physical layer, okay? The purpose of this layer is to define the physical structure of the network, such as cables, switches, and wireless transmission. Here, the function is that of this layer is that it converts data into electrical signals like radio or optic signals for transformation. It also manages bit rate control and transmission media. Now, this is all about the physical layer. Then you have the data link layer, or you could say the error detection layer. This layer basically manages the direct node-to-node data transfer and error detection. The function of this layer is that it ensures that the data is correctly framed before transmission. It detects and corrects errors in transmission, and it basically uses MAC address for device identification. Examples of this layer could be considered as Ethernet or PPP, point-to-point protocol, switches, bridges. All these come into this layer. The third one, we have the network protocol or the routing layer. So this layer determines the best path for data to travel between different networks. It assigns logical IP addresses, routes data using protocols. It manages network congestion and fragmentation. The examples of this protocol could be IP protocol, ICMP, IPsec, IGMP, okay, Internet Group Management Protocols. Just like navigation systems, that determine the best route for a vehicles to reach destination. Similarly, this layer is working like that. Then we have the transport layer, which basically is like a delivery layer. It ensures complete and reliable data transmission. This layer divides data into smaller segments and ensures proper reassembly. It provides error detection and correction. It uses TCP for reliable transmission and UDP for faster connectionless communications. Examples could be, the TCP protocol or UDP protocol. So you can consider it like a couriers, that ensure that packages are delivered safely and in the correct order. So after this, the data is moved to the session layer, which is like the connection layer. It establishes, maintains, and terminates the communication sessions. It helps in managing sessions between applications. It handles authentication and any reconnections if needed. So for example, we have the API sockets all over here in this layer. So just like customer service representatives who handle call and ensure smooth communication between businesses, this layer is working like that. Then we have the presentation layer, which ensures that data is formatted properly for the application layer. It translates data formats like converts images, compresses file, encrypts and decrypts data for security. Then we have example of presentation layer like SSL, Secure Socket Layer, SSH, IMAP protocol, FTP. So you can consider these as a language translators who convert a message into a format that the recipient can understand. And finally, we have the application layer, which has a purpose of providing network services directly to the users. It manages data exchange between applications and the network. It enables browsing, email, and file transfer. So example of this layer include HTTP protocol, FTP, IRC, SSH, DNS. Okay, so you can consider something like this as these are the customer-facing employee in a company who directly interact with the users. So guys, that was all for today's video, guys. I hope so you would have got brief idea regarding networking protocols. Thank you guys for watching this video.
Staying ahead in your career requires continuous learning and upskilling. Whether you're a student aiming to learn today's top skills or a working professional looking to advance your career, we've got you covered. Explore our impressive catalog of certification programs in cutting-edge domains, including data science, cloud computing, cybersecurity, AI, machine learning, or digital marketing. Designed in collaboration with leading universities and top corporations, and delivered by industry experts, choose any of our programs and set yourself on the path to career success. Click the link in the description to know more.
Hi there, if you like this video, subscribe to the Simplilearn YouTube channel and click here to watch similar videos. To nerd up and get certified, click here.